So, here's the male or female pond, whichever one it is. It's pretty good. And then we're just lining the female pond at the moment, or the male pond, whichever one it is. You can see. So you can see the sacks in the middle, the dirt, the polythene that goes round. We just put it on the downward facing side because water will seep through a bit from the banks when it rains. So you don't want them to push out the polythene, but it will come down here, then come down and hit the polythene lining that will be on the side. You put the sacks to reinforce it. You can pretty much see how they've done it here. There's polythene behind there and that side, but not on this side here. So yeah, I'm doing alright. The sacks took quite a while to arrive. We placed an order, but I think because of lockdown, the buses aren't running, so those are often ways that we transport things cheaply. So we're sort of relying on trucks that are allowed to move around to transport them. There's less of them, so it took quite a while for the sacks to arrive, so I had a bit of a delay, but back on track now with them, so it's good. So you can see here the process. You put the polythene down and then you move the sacks, which are incredibly heavy. They're full of dirt. These are old flour sacks that we get at a reduced rate. Fill them full of dirt. You've got to lift, then you tie them up with string at the top, but they're very heavy, so lifting them is quite a challenge. Might get down and start helping. The only problem is, when it comes to doing stuff like this, I'm very happy to do it if I'm doing it by myself, but when I have to cooperate or coordinate with someone else, the language becomes a bit of a barrier. But happy to lend my small ability to help these guys out. It's quite good fun actually. Although of course I'm only doing it for a very short period of time. So as we're putting these on, the ones at the top are starting, the ones at the bottom are shifting slightly. So Ronald's got some stakes or sticks, and we'll put those in. It's just to stop them moving. They'll obviously settle over time, but you want to help it so you don't end up with the sacks falling down over time. But it will stabilise, like I say, but it's just a temporary sort of measure. And then of course, I mean that's one thing I haven't talked about, but you do need to, one of the reasons you want to be able to drain your ponds with an outlet and an inlet is that over time they become eroded. You end up with the fish, tilapia, make nests, so they'll burrow into the sides, and then that destabilises everything. So you drain the ponds and then you can do some small repairs just to fix, the banks, that type of thing. Keep everything in tip-top condition.